Hey, Selena.
Hi.
I'm Sammy.
Nice to meet you.
First of all, you look dynamite.
Thank you.
So we're segueing into tour stuff, but I know we're all really excited for your world tour, and I know this is going to be like the biggest one you've done. So, and I know you were just talking about how much dancing, how you love to dance. So, like, how are you preparing for all this dancing that you're going to do?
I'm working out and I don't ever do that. I actually want to get more into dancing. Me and my friends, before I started working on the single, me and my girlfriends would get together and we would dance at 10 o'clock at night till 1 in the morning, and we'd make fun videos. And that's what's been helping me kind of stay active and have fun and learning how to move, because it is an art form and I want to get good at it because it definitely feels good. So
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. It's got to be exhausting on stage, though. I can't imagine singing and dancing for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You're just like,
I know. I mean, even just with one song, when I'm rehearsing it full out and singing it live, sometimes it just definitely catches up to you, and I don't realize how hard it is. So you know, I want to just keep getting better. So if I just start from the bottom.
yeah.
We were listening to Drake all day. So.
All right, let's take one more fan question.
Hi.
Hi, Selena. How are you? My name is Gilbert,
Nice to
and
meet
you look
you.
gorgeous,
Thank
by the way.
you so much. Thank you.
So my question to you is, I know you're always traveling. So what's 3 things that you always must have on you while you travel?
My laptop, because I like to watch Family Guy and Friends when I'm away from home. Hair ties, because I have a lot of hair. And let's see. Does cell phone count, or should I say probably like sweatpants? 'Cause I have a lot. Because I like sweatpants. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, so let's talk about the tour. You're hitting the road in August, the Stars Dance Tour. Why did you decide to name it that?
It's actually a track on the record, and I just felt it was a perfect name for every track that's on the album. They have their own individual stamp and style to it, but with this tour and wanting to incorporate more of the performing aspect, I thought it was just a perfect way of kicking it off. So.
Yeah. So what can fans expect?
I want it to almost tell, not necessarily a story, but I just want it to feel like a big rave. I just want people to go.
Non-stop party.
When I started performing, and I was maybe 16 or 17, half the time it was Wizards fan base, so it was a little bit of a younger fan base. They could not care.
Right.
They could not care that I was on that stage. They were braiding their hair, but they were dancing and having the best time. And I honestly, that's what I want. Whether you go and you don't even care that I want to be on that stage. Just having a great time. You know, I want it to feel so powerful and everybody just dance and let loose. So.
Yeah, totally. I always find this an interesting question. Because it's always a funny response from people. What is on your tour rider? What is that one thing that like people would be surprised to know about you that like you wouldn't want to have? Because like I know if I was going on tour, like, and I like candy, right? So I would never want like yellow Starburst or something like that. Like I wouldn't want that. I don't like yellow Starburst. Oh. So you know, like just like a weird thing. Is there like a weird thing on your tour rider that people would be surprised about?
Incense. I have incense. Pickles always.
Pickles.
I don't know. I actually have a boring rider, to
Really?
be honest, because ramen. That's what I have, ramen, noodles. Yeah. Have more about food and apparently incense.
Right. But you also have a big birthday coming up. 21.
Yeah, 21.
So excited. Any big plans for the 21st birthday?
Yes, I'm going to have a huge party, so I'm excited. I'll have all my friends. I don't really celebrate my birthday. I'll go to dinner with my friends.
But this is a big one. You
this
have
is
to go
a big
all
one.
out.
Yes, so I'm going to have a big party. I think my friends are more excited than I am, to
That's
be honest.
usually what happens, yeah.
Because they're older than me, so they're like, can we finally take you places? And it's like, well, when I turn 21. So.
Well, you have a lot to look forward to coming up, Selena. Thank you so much. And
Thank
I know
you.
everybody is so excited for the album this summer.
Yes.
So,
yay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, give it up one more time for Selena Gomez. Selena, thank you so much.
Of course, thank you guys.
Yeah, you know, how important was for you to take creative control over this album this time around?
I think overall with this chapter in music, I wanted a lot more creative control, just because there are certain things that I've been fortunate to learn through the process. I've been really blessed to have great friends in my life who are musicians and just musicians and do that 365 days of the year. That's all they do.
Yeah.
And so when I got into it, I've learned so much from being friends or being in a relationship, just having experiences that I really wanted to make sure I applied, and I get that I could have more of a say.
Totally. And we talked before Come and Get It came out, I think back in January. And you said, when I asked you about the album, you're like, I want to share my side of the story. This is for everybody to know what I've been through. Is that still the case, or did you kind of change things up a little bit?
Sure, but in a different way, because with everything that I've been through, I wanted to exude confidence, because I'm only 20. I'll be 21 this year, so I'm still figuring out what on earth I am or what I'm doing. So for me, I just wanted to make sure that's what my music said. So whether it's, Slow Down, which is one of my favorite tracks on the record, it's basically just about having this moment and just not having to rush it, because I don't know how many times I've been like, I just want to be married and over this. And, but this is what we're supposed to be enjoying. This is what your
early 20s are all about.
So that's really more what I wanted the album to be about, because I think through people's opinions and everything that happens, they're expecting something else, but I want it to just exude confidence and strength. And
totally. So have you been going back through it within the last couple months and kind of taking songs out, putting songs back in?
Sure, yeah, I've definitely mixed and matched and wanted to make sure each one kind of flowed perfectly. So yeah, there's a few that will probably be on the bonus track that we didn't make the record.
How hard is it as a songwriter to figure out, so many people are invested in your life and what goes on, but like, how do you strike a balance between how much you reveal on your album and how much you keep private?
With anything that I do, I feel like people assume that I say something that they get or they know, but at the end of the day, it's super private to me, and it's definitely important for me to keep that. But there is one song on the album that I wanted to share a little bit more than I've ever shared before, and it's a really pretty song. It is the only ballad, but the rest of the time I like keeping a little bit of mystery, because whether I tell you everything you want to know right now, they're still going to twist it and turn it into something else.
But is that frustrating though? Because I know like Taylor Swift deals with that all the time, that everybody kind of dissects every single lyric. Who's this about? What's this about? Are you prepared to have people do that? Is that okay with you?
Yeah. Like I said, everybody's going to say it, whether I was just talking about like my dog Baylor. They'd be like, it's actually about this. So.
But it's got to be, it's almost like, as an artist, putting personal things in a song, it's almost like a wink to your fans, being like, okay, you can have like this little thing, you'll be able to figure this out, but the rest is mine.
Half the time, I'm too honest on stage.
Really?
When I'm performing, I'm like, I want to tell you guys. And they're just like, my team's
Wait a minute, don't do it.
But I think if, as an artist, whether it is acting, performing, singing, writing, you want to share that, because that's where you want the outlet to go. You want that to have people understand you a little bit better, but in your own interpretation. Most of my songs, people have their own interpretation of it, especially Who Says. People have their own stories for that song, and that's what I think I love.
Is songwriting almost like a therapy for you in a way?
Yeah, writing in general, and talking.
All right, I think it's time to take another fan question.
Yeah,
Hi, Selena, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
My name's Caroline, and my question for you is, what advice do you have for someone my age, our age, that's just trying to break into the entertainment industry?
Just be passionate, honestly, and just keep the ones that are around you that love you, because when it happens, and it happens quickly, you want the people that truly love you, and if you don't genuinely love what you do, then it's really not worth it, to be honest. But if you love it, don't take no for an answer.
Thank you.
Good question. Good job. Now, do you keep the same? Have you had the same friends, from day one till now, the same group of people that always stick by you?
Yeah, of course. I've been able to meet great new friends that I've had in my life, but I still talk to people I went to third grade with, and when I go back to Texas, it just there's a normality that I need and love.
Totally, because they probably just talk to you like a regular friend.
Yeah. My cousin's with me, and she's we grew up together. It's just nice to have someone that really knows you.
Totally, that can joke around with you and make fun of you.
She does that a lot.
Tell you when something's in your teeth.
Yes.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit, because the album is coming out soon, this summer, right?
Yes.
So I know everybody is really excited about that, obviously. Now, you've taken a little bit of a break with music. You know, you've been doing movies and things like that. But you know, and then you just released Come and Get It. How does Come and Get It set the tone for the album, if it does at all?
It's to be honest, most of the record actually speeds up once I release Come and Get It. I feel that was a great, like I said before, an introduction to it because it does have a little bit of the dance feel to it, but it's also a little bit slower pace and a lower tone, which is a perfect match for Love You Like a Love Song in my opinion. But the rest of the record, I've never taken this long to work on a record before. The rest were a little bit more structured. I would have to do Wizards, and then I would do tours on the weekends or something, and it was really about making sure every song I recorded was on the record. And this album, I got to record over 24 songs, and it was really fun for me to have more of a creative control and more of a say. And that's what was super important to me for this one.
Definitely. So what kind of direction are you going with on this album?
I want it to be a mixture of everything that I'm obsessed with. But previously with the records, I'll have a song that's a little bit different than the others, and it may be a little slower pace, and it's more about the lyrical base. I love to dance. I love to make people dance, and it's the best feeling. So doing Spring Breakers actually was really fun because Skrillex and Cliff Martinez did the soundtrack, and he kind of inspired me with like a baby dubstep because I can't do it as good as him. But I have like a few songs and tracks that have that. There's only one song on the album that's actually my only ballad, but the rest are super fast-paced, fun, and they're all different.
Right, and I think we saw a different side of you at the Movie Awards too, because you got up and danced, and you know you're incorporating that into this chapter of your career, right?
Yes, I think it's Britney was one of my inspirations. I watched NSYNC and Janet Jackson. They were all about performance. It wasn't necessarily about the stage. If you look at any Janet Jackson video, half the time she's in jeans, and I love that, but she looks stunning because it's all about performing. So I kind of want to get more into that again. I want to just bring it back there, and it was just about dancing and coming up with incredible choreography because I think dance is a beautiful expression.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your style because I actually love what you're wearing right now. So how has kind of your style evolved over the past couple years?
Like I've said before, I've worked with the same stylist since I was 15. So she's actually watched me grow up, and she's just become like a family member to me. So when it comes to music and acting, we kind of separate the two. We separate the two. I have music, more prints and colorful things. So when I'm talking about music, it's a little bit brighter. But when I do movies, we kind of tone it down and do press for that stuff. It's a little bit easier. So we want to make sure that I can still remain my age and just kind of figure out the healthy balance of both. But
push
I
the
love
boundaries.
shopping.
Yes, we'll push the boundaries a little bit though.
Yeah.
So we actually are going to do a fashion flashback. So I want to take a look at some of your, three of your most memorable looks, or more memorable looks. So let's take a look at the first one.
Okay.
This is actually the most recent one at the Movie Awards. So tell me about this look.
Well, because it was me performing the first time, I wanted it to be really bright, but pretty and simple at the same time. I've never done anything like that with my hair before,
it's
so
beautiful.
I wanted
like
to try something different, and I got to do like a really fun braid mohawk. So it was just about more of the song, I think, and wanting that to inspire it, the dress.
It's beautiful.
So, thank you.
All right, next one. This is back in. This is back in 2007. I think it was at the Shrek premiere.
No, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I was 14, and I was also, no, maybe 15, one of the two. I was working with my stylist as well, and I refused to wear heels.
Really?
Refused, yes. I did not want to. I couldn't walk in them. I still can't walk in them. But they look really pretty now, so I was very much a tomboy.
No, so was I. I think everybody kind of goes thugh that phase where you're like, I don't want to wear a dress, I don't want to wear heels, I'm going to wear flannel.
This is not a good situation.
Well, get ready for this one. We have one more.
Oh, no.
But this is adorable.
Look at Demi.
I know.
That's great.
What's the first thing that pops in your mind when you look at this photo?
I don't even remember that, taking that photo. But that was such a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so much fun. Obviously, I met
Demi. Got a lifelong friend out of it.
Yeah, it was really fun. And it was the first thing that I ever it was the first job I ever got too. So it was fun.
So fun. Okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Oh, you're fine. I'm used to it.